we had our first chat, and I know that you want the fence a little bit, and obviously you wanted a couple of weeks to think about it and stuff. And then I'm sure you don't mind sharing, like you were originally not going to move forward,
Yeah.
and then I think like 5 hours later, you turned around and said, "Yeah." Just out of curiosity, what was that one thing that made you think, "Join is let's give this a shot"? Like,
So it was a bit of a strange one because at the first call, I feel like I had the decision made in my head. And then, usual story, once got off the call, had a lot of time to think about it. Started to kind of talk myself out of it a little bit. Then had a conversation with you again. I think the main thing that was eating away at me was the fact that I knew when I thought back to the first call because of the way I thought I felt about it and the things I was thinking then. I was like, I'm going back on myself here. There's something there that if I choose to not make this decision that I already had made, I'm going to be missing out on. And yeah, I think the main thing that it was just the way you carried yourself, I suppose, the belief you had in me, and how we were able to instill that belief into me as well. And it got to the point where it was a fucking no-brainer. I just made the decision and decided that you were the best person that I could work with to take things forward, and definitely have done that. The decision has been the right one, to say the least.
yeah, I was gonna say, so like I was saying to you, these business breakdown videos are meant to happen when we finish the fucking business breakdown.
Yeah.
uh, but you're obviously in, is it Thailand, isn't it?
Yeah, Thailand, yeah.
Yeah, so you're in Thailand, and time zones were a bit weird, so we had to split the business breakdown at like two sections. And I didn't want to keep it too late
Yeah.
because the time zones getting later, etc. I mean, what first off, what did you take away from those calls? Because we ran through like fulfillment, marketing, sales. There was quite a spectrum of things, but what do you think you took away the most from those things?
Yeah, well, there's a lot. First things first, there's a lot I took away, but I think, and that kind of brings me back to the last point I was making. I think one of the biggest things for me was I had never had, even when we jumped on the initial call that we had, not even just the pure level of value and information and knowledge and insights that I could take and go and implement straight away, but more time, the actual time you had for me and the time and attention you are willing to give because I feel like that's something that's important to me. That's probably played a big role in terms of how well we have gotten on. But main things to take away, first things first, was fulfillment, me actual service. And that's something I've already implemented and already noticed improvements on. And aside from that, just the perspective shift around sales. And again, something I've taken and implemented straight away. And things have moved pretty quickly and pretty well. But yeah, there was a lot to be quite hard to break down what my key takeaways were in a
Yeah, it's a
nearly
lot.
4 hour
I
conversation.
get it. It's like a 4 hour thing that happened
So
put in 2 weeks ago.
exactly,
But
yeah, yeah,
I'll tell you
yeah.
what. I'll
But
tell you
all
what
I,
the
all I,
easier
all I
question
do know
is.
is, yeah, go on.
I was going to say one easier question might be is that within the last 2 weeks, just talk through some of probably the wins and what aspects you think the call has helped you achieve those wins on. Sales is probably the big one. I obviously just reviewed your sales call this morning. I didn't have much
Yeah,
feedback apart from the fact that it was pretty fucking good.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. So what's happened since then? Well, just about to already had my biggest ever month, and the month isn't over. That's the first thing. But purely from a sales perspective, a massive, massive eye opener in terms of like what I'm capable of and what sales is from a psychological standpoint and how that can be used in your favor. And yeah, man, last 2 weeks, like I think I've had 13 calls. I was 11. So that speaks for itself.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
You want to come do some closing for me, mate? When it was like that, I'll happily take you
Yeah,
on
I don't
board.
mind, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
that's it. That's class, mate. The sales aspect, I think, is the one that everyone thinks that they're good at until they increase their price and they realize that they're not that good at sales. Do you know what I mean? I mean, one of the first things we've done was bump the price up instantly. Do you know what I mean? It's very easy for somebody to
yeah,
say yes to when the price tag's, not substantial, but when we start
yeah,
moving things up and actually charging what your worth and your actual value, do you know what I mean? We have to articulate ourselves in a way to get that across and get that certainty
exactly.
across.
And I would have been in that position as well. Like I would have thought, which there you go, another eye opener. But I would have thought coming into this that like, yeah, I'm decent at sales because, which I'm not saying I was really bad, but I certainly wasn't closing fucking 11 out of 13 calls, nowhere near that. And yeah, I think it's been, as I said, it's not just helped me in terms of like the sales process itself, but confidence and an understanding and a perspective on sales that I didn't have previously. And something that I'll take with me forever. And
Yeah,
it's made me think, shit, well, I've now proven to myself that I am capable of doing what I've already done. So the gap between now, where I'm at now, and bigger visions down the line, I'm full confidence that I can do that, even just sales in general. Like I would have thought I was okay, would have thought it was yeah, decent. But the confidence I have now coming into calls is very different.
yeah. We literally just spoke before we start recording, didn't we, about like your perspective shifting over time of you first start
Mm,
coaching. How am I going to get my first client here? Who the fuck's going to sign up
yeah.
with me? Do you know what I mean? How am I going to book a call? How am I going to do anything? And then
Yeah.
within a week, you take on eight. Do you know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah.
these like beliefs and these blocks don't ever leave. They just change form. Do you know what I mean? But the more times that you
Yeah.
overcome them, you just recognize that they're shape shifting, and you know that you're
Mm,
capable of doing it because you've done it 10 times in the past. Do you know what I mean? So
100%.
it's a it's an important one. But just to wrap this up, I think the things that we covered today, it is a case of continuing to do what we're doing, continue to put those calls in, take them with conviction and certainty. A few tweaks to the service obviously should improve our LTV, which will be a longer term process to see that outcome, but
Yeah.
we're in it together. And then it's just nailing down that content so we can get those consistent leads. And I think one thing that we'll explore at some point, we'll do the paid media side of it, because
Hmm.
once you have the conversations locked down and you're booking calls with people and the percentage of those conversions are high enough, it's like, great, well, let's chuck some money at this because the system's working nicely. We just want more people to come
Mm,
through it. And I think a lot of people jump on paid media a little bit too quickly when their system's not optimized that quick. And it's like, well,
yeah.
we'll give you 500 leads, but you're only going to book two calls and close none.
Yeah.
It's absolutely pointless. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, yeah. What's your thoughts and feelings for the next 3 6 months together?
Man, that's one thing. Like I've even just based off the first couple of weeks, I've been thinking even longer than that. I'm thinking even in a longer time frame than that. But in terms of the next 3 6 months, I'm really looking forward to it, to say at least, particularly early next year. And as I said the other day, like I can already envision and I can already see massive changes and massive improvements coming down the line. And yeah, plans for the next 3 to 6 months is just to take the shit to where I know the shit can get to, and to where I
Yeah.
know I can take it and we can take it together. And that's the plan.
Tell you what, after this, drop me a message of how long you want to think that you want to commit to, and I'll get that contract sent over for you. We're going to go 12,
Yeah,
12 to
yeah, yeah,
24 months. I've got it on record, and
yeah,
that's it.
yeah. No,
Sweet mate. No, that's ideal. If anyone was to be on the fence in terms of starting this, I know probably the biggest thing that made you move forward was just the one-to-one aspect of just working together. What what would you say to them?
I would say it's made quite evident from the start, and you will not get the same level of attention and the same one-to-one aspect as you mentioned, as far as I'm aware, anywhere else. And not even just that, but since our first conversation, and then obviously it became even more evident off the conversations off the back of that and the initial kind of breakdown of the fact that you were willing to sit down with me for 4 hours and run through absolutely everything and make that agreement that look, we're going to go forward together. We're going to slowly but surely plug all these leaks and these holes in your business, and we're going to take it to where it can be. And it's still that kind of belief in me. What I'd say to someone on the fence is quite simple. What you get from working with mine is something you won't get anywhere else. That's the way I look at it, and that's the way it has been, quite simply. And I've not just said that like to myself. I've, I've said it to other people as well because it's a fact.
Appreciate it, man. Now I've got this testimonial. I'm gonna message you for 3 weeks now. That's it. It's done. I've got what I needed.
Yeah.
It's done. Chris.
Right.
No, spot on, mate. Like I say, let's just keep it momentum. Let's get some more calls booked in. Keep racking it up, and let's
Yeah.
just push for some ridiculous months so that we can sit back on here in 3 months' time and go like, yeah, we just quadrupled your business. Nice. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
100%. 100%.
nice, brother.
That's the plan.